What's up guys, this is Miasin. So I'm back at it today with another ABC spreadsheet video, and I said another because this is not my first time making a spreadsheet on this deck. Essentially I made one like a few months ago, and now it is completely obsolete because the ban list completely crippled my strategy. It's not like it crippled this deck, you can still play ABC very well. As a matter of fact, I actually think I upgraded this deck if anything. The issue is Lacrima and Beatrice are now banned, which kind of did matter because, you know, Beatrice being able to send one of the alphabet letters, that was kind of cool. It allowed you to turn some weird random hands into still full combo, and now you gotta be a little more creative and smarter. But like my grandmother always says, every path leads to Rome, and this is exactly what I will be showcasing in this spreadsheet video right here. So yeah, this video will feature 10 combos where I'm also going to be showing you guys a bunch of lines through handshafts because that is still something very important. And I'll pretty much show you every single way that you can get your engine started in this deck. It's not as simple as you think. This deck is very complicated, but it is also very rewarding and also extremely enjoyable. So if you're a big ABC fan, I think this is the perfect video for you. And as a matter of fact, I really recommend that you add this video to like your watch later or your favorites, because when ABC will come out in Maze of the Master in February, this video is going to be extremely important for you. But yeah, before we go any further, friendly reminder, of course, to smash the like and subscribe button. It really motivates me a lot to keep existing and making videos like these. And of course, if we can get 1,000 likes on this video, I will be pumping out even more ABC content and more spreadsheet videos for you guys. Oh, and also make sure that you checked the pinned comment as well as the description, because I do have timestamps for each combo so that you can just skip to whatever combo that you are more interested in. Anyways, combo number one, this is what we can do when all we have is Union Hangar and we do not get stopped. So Union Hangar is going to be searching Buster Drake, usually because it is the best letter in the alphabet, and then you get access to Union Driver. So if you get Ghost Ogre on the Union Hangar, since we search the Buster Drake, at least when this dies, you get to search like A or C. So it's the most resilient letter. It's the one that you usually prioritize, even though like it technically ends up being the same as long as like you get to be with the Union Driver. Anyways, now we're going to be going into C very specifically. It's better to go into C than A in this context. I will show you this later on. A is actually one of the most unique letters in this deck because it does interesting things, which again, I will be showing you later. Anyways, we will be linking off into Platinum Gadget, and the B is going to be searching Y Dragon Head. This card is pretty good. Y Dragon Year Head, by the way, not the older one. This card, whenever it's special summon, you can equip a level 4 light machine monster from your hand or graveyard to it. And then you're locked under only being able to special summon light monsters from the extra deck for the start of the turn, which is fine because our extra deck is just a bunch of light monsters. We can actually pop off with this because now we're going to be contact fusing into this card right here, Union Controller. So in order to make it, you need a light machine monster and either Y Dragon Year Head or Z Zillion Tank. So the two new monsters from Maze of the Master. And the Buster Drake is going to be searching for this card, the Z Zillion Tank. And this, by the way, is summon number 5. So if our opponent didn't nib us, then we can search the Unauthorized Reactivation. And even if our opponent nibs us on the summon of Union Controller, it's not going to change anything. The Union Hangar 1-card combo is 100% safe from Nibiru, and of course I will be showing you this in this video. Anyways, Union Controller is going to be searching, like I said, for the Unauthorized Reactivation, and then effect, special summon the Z Zillion Tank, equip back the Y Dragon Head. None of their effects, by the way, are once per turn, so you can keep using the effect, get back the Buster Drake, and then special summon the Buster Drake. The only way that you cannot special summon a monster that was like equipped back the same turn was either off of Union Hangar or off of Unauthorized Reactivation. But if it comes off of Union Driver or Z Zillion Tank or Y Dragon Year Head, then you can just summon them immediately. So it's 3 bodies for days. And then you overlay the Y and the Z for Galaxy Photon Dragon. And then you can detach material to search Galaxy Soldier. This is very relevant. And then link off for Moon of the Close Sky, search your deck for Assault Core. And then link off into Requiem, summon the Lacrima effect that is going to be Foolishing for Engraver. And then Galaxy Soldier effect, discard the A. And then Chilling 1 Galaxy Soldier in order to search Chilling 2 Galaxy Photon Dragon to transform it into a level 4 monster, which is very funny because you would think that the last thing that we want to do is turn Galaxy Soldier into a level 4, but it actually makes a lot of sense because of this next play right here that I will be showing you, and we're about to be linking off into Bujinki Ahashima, which can only be summoned with 2 monsters with the same level, and Galaxy Soldier is now a level 4, so we can turn it into this using another level 4. And then by using the Ahashima, we can now revive back a Galaxy Soldier from the grave and summon the one in the hand and then summon Cyber Dragon Nova. That way, even if we have 0 other light monsters, we can still summon the second Galaxy Soldier and find a very crafty and intelligent way of going into Nova and then Infinity. And then we can also revive back that Engraver, go into a sequence effect. We have exactly 3 Light Fiend monsters, so that we can fuse into DSE Ray, and then sequence can equip itself to the DSE Ray, and then we can overlay for Infinity. If we are not afraid of Nibiru, we can actually summon the Infinity here after we use sequence to equip itself, and then when we use Infinity to negate a spell or trap card, that will trigger the Ahashima because it does point to it, and then we can destroy a spell or trap card on the field. And then at this point, we banish the A, B, and the C. The A was discarded off of Galaxy Soldier, B was the search off of Union Hangar, and then the C was whatever we equipped with Unit Driver, so that's how we get all 3 letters. We also have Y and Z here. The only thing that we're missing is X Cross Cannon, but this card, you can't really get access to it anymore without like physically hard drawing it or by searching it with a very specific card, because back in the days you could go Beatrice foolish it, so that's the reason why this combo unfortunately got a little worse, but it's not the end of the world. But yeah, this end board is very impressive. It's Infinity, which is on Negate, DSE Ray, again, another Omni Negate, and then ABC Dragon Buster, and Unauthorized Reactivation. Your opponent could have like double Dark Ruler, and it wouldn't really scare me because first Dark Ruler, I just go chain Unauthorized Reactivation, place it on the ABC Dragon Buster, and then equip like something like a Buster Drake, and then it becomes unaffected by spells. And I can also chain DSE Ray to negate the Dark Ruler, and then the second Dark Ruler resolves, sure, no problem. These 2 monsters get negated, and the Hashima, but the ABC Dragon Buster can still use its effect. So yeah, this is very resilient, and also again, handshafts are not really great against this combo. Okay, so in this sequencing, we will be assuming that we get Nibiru on the fusion of Union Controller, so I'm gonna fast forward just a little bit because the very beginning is the exact same. B into C, special summon, go into Platinum Gadget, Buster Drake, search the Y Dragon Head, and then effect summon the Y, equip back the B, Union Controller, and then at this point, we get nibbed on the Union Controller, that is completely fine. So this time we can't search for Unauthorized Reactivation. The Buster Drake still searches for Zillion Tank, but we're going to be searching this time for Frontline Base. The reason why our opponent is trying to nib us on the summon of Union Controller is that we do not search for Unauthorized Reactivation to then target the Union Controller and then equip it with Assault Core to become unaffected by monster effects. So there is merit Nibiruing you at this point. If we play Frontline Base, then we just do not care whatsoever, and we can still pretty much full combo through it. So yeah, we're going to be going to Zillion Tank and then special summon the White Dragon Head because yeah, this does have an effect where you can summon a level 4 lower unit monster from your hand, and it is searchable off of Union Controller because it does involve the word Union in its card text. But yeah, you get back the B, and then go into Moon of the Closed Sky, search the A, and then Requiem, summon the Lacrima. It's really nice that you have a bunch of like level 4 monsters in the deck now. But yeah, again, send the Engraver. This is going to be a really cool play. So equip back the Requiem, and look at this, okay? This is 10 billion IQ. I love this. So Engraver will target the Requiem and the Nibiru to send them, and then overlay for Galaxy Photon Dragon, search for Galaxy Soldier. And look at how gorgeous this is. Galaxy Soldier effect, discard the A, and then effect the search. We don't have to like make it a level 4. But yeah, link off into the Lina, and then Lina revive back the Nibiru. And look at this beautiful magnificence. So we have 2 level 11 monsters, the Nibiru and the Nibiru token. So you can go into Ahashima and then get back the Galaxy Soldier, summon the Galaxy Soldier, make Nova, make Infinity. So we got rid of that Nibiru. We now have Infinity. We can make a sequence, summon DSE Ray, and then we have every single letter in the alphabet. We can make ABC Dragon Buster, all of that, and we can also clear up some space with Infinity sucking up the Ahashima, so that our ABC Dragon Buster can tag out. So all that through a Nibiru. That was very impressive. Now, let's just say that your opponent is smart, actually did his homework and watched this video and knows how to Nibiru this deck correctly. Well, guess what? If you know how to play ABC correctly, it still doesn't matter too much. So again, I will be fast forwarding just a little bit because this is the exact same thing. The very beginning of the combo is always going to be the same when you have Union Hangar, but it becomes a little different when we also have X Cross Cannon. But yeah, this time our opponent does not nib us on the summon of Union Controller, so we do have to search Unauthorized Reactivation. And then that is going to be summoning the Zillion Tank, summon the White Dragon Head, and then that is going to be getting back the Buster Drake. And the correct timing to Nibiru you here is usually here, so that we lose all 4 monsters, but we can still kind of play through it. So we're going to be chaining the Unauthorized Reactivation, equip the A, and then the Union Controller is unaffected by monster effects, and then the Buster Drake is going to be triggering its effect to search for another Assault Core, and then link off into Lina. Assault Core is going to be searching the White Dragon Head, and then ABC, discard, and then banish the Nibiru. This combo could have been even better if we had like X Cross Cannon, because then we keep special summoning monsters, we keep using its effect, and we can also make X, Y, and Z. and we can Fiendsmith combo, we would have been able to do absolutely nasty things. This is literally just one extender away from making a full recovery. Alright, so from here on out, we're going to be going over some X-Cross Cannon combos, because this is the other one-card combo in the deck, and it's kind of funny to say, but this is actually the better one-card combo. Union Hangar used to be like the gas card of the deck. Now it's changed. X-Cross Cannon is much better. So yeah, X-Cross Cannon is going to be targeting itself, summon, well, equip the Buster Drake and then summon it. That's a really nasty effect, by the way, and it does lock you under light machine monsters, well, sorry, light monsters from the extra deck only when you use this effect, but only if it resolves. So if it gets like Valor Impermed, you can still summon like non-light monsters, but it's not really relevant. Anyways, link off into Platinum Gadget, Buster Drake, Surge the White Dragon Head, and then exact same thing as the Union Hangar combo. The only difference is that the only letter at this point is the Buster Drake, but there is no extra Sea Crush Wyvern. However, we do have X-Cross Cannon in rotation. Union Hangar, Union Controller Chainlink 1, Buster Drake Chainlink 2, search for Unauthorized Reactivation, which we will not be using it until the very end. Summon your Z-Zillion tank into White Dragon Head, get back the Buster Drake, special summon that, and then obviously overlay for the Galaxy Photon Dragon, search your deck for Galaxy Soldier, and then link off the Buster Drake and the Union Controller for Moon of the Close Sky, search your Assault Core, and then link off into Requiem, Requiem Effect into Lacrima, send the Engraver. Like, I know this deck like the bottom of my pocket, but yeah, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 in order to make it level 4 so that you can make Ahashima, and then revive back the Galaxy Soldier, get back the other one, make Nova, and then Infinity, and then you're safe from Nibiru, and then you can revive back the Engraver, and then link off into Sequence, and then sequence into DS Ire by fusing the 3 Light Fiends in your grave. And then at this point, this is where it gets very interesting. So we go in Unauthorized Reactivation on Infinity, and then we're going to be equipping Union Driver, and then Union Driver is going to be getting the Crush Wyvern, which is the final alphabet letter that we need, because we have Y, we have Z, we have X, we have B, and we have A, and C is the last one, so that we can link off into something like Silhouette Rabbit, and then set to the Azaroon. We're going to be able to make not only ABC Dragon Buster, but also X-Cross Cannon, so that's even more interruptions. Look at this. This is a completely unbreakable board off of one single card. I think this is like, what, 7 interruptions? So we have Infinity as an Omni Negate. We have the Fiendsmith DS Ray, another Omni Negate. So that's 2. And then we have a quick effect to destroy, a quick effect banish. And then we've got the Silhouette Rabbit that can destroy a spell or trap when we summon that Azaroon. And Azaroon itself is the Solemn Warning. So yeah, that's 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 6 interruptions off of one card. And then you still have 4 other cards in your hand. And this is Nibiru proof, obviously. Okay, so just like the combo with Union Hangar, I'm going to show what happens if your opponent nibs you on the summon of your Union Controller. It's always different whether he nibs on the summon or way after. You're always going to be doing completely different things, especially with X-Cross Cannon, because Union Hangar, I think, is a little more simplistic. But yeah, again, you're going to be searching your deck for Z-Zillion Tank and Frontline Base. Frontline Base, special summon that Z-Zillion Tank, and then get back your White Dragon Year Head, and then summon that, and then summon your Buster Drake. Clearly, this is, like, more beneficial for you if your opponent nibs way too early, because obviously, as you can see, like, we have so many resources at our disposal. We can do so much. We also have a lot of wiggle room, so that even sometimes when you draw, like, some bricks, it still kind of ends up working out. But if our opponent nibs us, like, more correctly, it might be a little harder, but again, with, like, a good hand, then it becomes, like, borderline way too easy. But yeah, again, we're going to be going to Lina, revive back, and then Ahashima effect, get the Galaxy Soldiers, make Nova, make Infinity, and then link off into Sequence, fuse into DS Ire, and exactly just like, you know, the other combos, we have not only the XYZ, well, actually, we don't have ABC Dragon Buster this time, because we did have to search the Frontline Base instead of the Unauthorized Reactivation. But if we had, like, a Union Hangar, even if it got, like, Ash, then we can still use a second effect and get the final, like, A, B, or C letter that we needed. And that would have been the ABC Dragon Buster on top of everything, which is really nasty. Okay, so this time we're going to be getting hit by Nibiru very late. And, yeah, with X-Cross Cannon, let's see where we can go. So again, get the access to the Buster Drake, and then link off into Platinum Gadget, search your White Dragon Head, and then special summon that, get your Buster Drake, contact fuse into Union Controller, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, and then search your deck for Unauthorized Reactivation, so that if your opponent nibs you here, you just chain, and then equip your Assault Core, and it's not going to affect you. So if your opponent also had, like, an Imperm for this, he's really dumb. It makes absolutely 0 sense. Like, if you hard draw this, by the way, in, like, Union Hangar, you beat, like, the smaller hand shops like Imperm, Valor, and stuff like that. Being able to, like, equip something that makes you unaffected by, like, one kind of card type is really insane. But yeah, special summon the Z-Zillion Tank, and then get back the White Dragon Head, and then effect, get back the Buster Drake, and then special summon, and then this is where we get hit by Nibiru. Or we could also get hit by Nibiru on the summon of Photon Dragon. That also makes a lot of sense. Not that it really matters too much, but our opponent might as well wait. But yeah, now we can summon the XYZ Hyper Dragon Cannon and then equip the Union Driver. And this is where it gets very interesting because we can equip the Crush Wyvern and we have the A in the hand and we have the B in the grave. So as you can see, this is actually better because we can go Crush Wyvern effect, special summon, and then link off using the XYZ Hyper Dragon Cannon and the Crush Wyvern, special summon the Moon of the Cool Sky. This work requires 2 effect monsters, unfortunately, so we can't use the Nibiru token. And we are locked under light monsters, so we also can't turn it into a Link Spider. So there is no workaround. We do have to link off the Hyper Dragon Cannon, but it's fine. Summon the Lacrima, and then the Lacrima effect, send the Engraver effect, revive back itself, and then send the Nibiru by equipping the Requiem. And then we can also line it back and also trigger that Assault Core if we want to, but in this situation, we want to have the letters in the graveyard, and then, yeah, go into the sequence, into the DSE Ray, and of course, this is going to be going into Silhouette Rabbit, and then we can go into ABC Dragon Buster with, of course, the Omni Negate from the DSE Ray. So that's actually not too bad. That was a perfectly timed Nibiru, and we still were able to end on DSE Ray, Rabbit, Azaroon, and ABC Dragon Buster with only a 1-card combo. Not too bad. Okay, so this hand is very unfortunate. This is what happens when you have either White Dragon Head or Z-Zillion Tank or like X-Head Cannon, like the really bad one, and Unauthorized Reactivation. Or you could also be lucky and draw like one of the good letters like A, B, or C, and it makes it even easier. But if you draw like the shit ones, then you have to do like a different sequencing. So I will be showing like this line first and then the Z-Zillion Tank with Unauthorized Reactivation because it's really important for you to know. They are very complicated, and if you don't know how to execute them, you will be in deep trouble because this is kind of Garnetty, actually. You don't really want to draw this as your only letter. You want to like summon it later on in your combo. But yeah, normal summon and then use your Unauthorized Reactivation and then equip the Union Driver effect. Get the Assault Core out of everything and then link off into Platinum Gadget, Assault Core effect, get back the White Dragon Head, and then effect of that, get your White Dragon Head and then get back the Assault Core and then special summon the Assault Core and then contact Fuse for Union Controller, which they can only search for 1 card, and it has to be Union Hangar. So if the opponent has Nibiru, we actually lose this time. Yeah, special summon the Z-Zillion Tank that you search off of Hangar, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, so get the Buster Drake off of the Hangar, and then get the White Dragon Head off of the Z-Zillion Tank, link off the Controller and the Assault Core for Moon of the Close Sky, and then special summon the White Dragon Head, get back the Assault Core, special summon that, and then link off into Requiem, Requiem into Lacrima, send the Engraver. You already know what it is. And then, of course, overlay for Galaxy Photon Dragon. The B falls off, Surge the C, and then detach Surge Galaxy Soldier. And then we can go Galaxy Soldier, effect, discard, whatever. Or we can go into Rabbit first. And also, we have like so many light monsters here that we don't even have to go into Ahashima. We can straight up just summon 2 Galaxy Soldiers from the hand. So that's actually really nice. It's really cool that you even get to do that if you want to. But yeah, revive back the Engraver and then go for the sequence into the DSE Ray. And then from here on out, I think it becomes very obvious what you can do. So that's ABC Dragon Buster as well as Cyber Dragon Infinity. Off of a very unfortunate hand, it wasn't too great and it was also kind of complicated. But then again, if your hand is just a little better, it's going to be way cleaner, way smoother. So this is the other way that you can really be, you know, facing a nightmare with this deck. And Z-Zillion Tank and Unauthorized Reactivation is not a really simple combo. You really have to put a little bit of thought into it. But yeah, normal summon and then Unauthorized into Unit Driver. This time though, we do have to go into Buster Drake, not Assault Core, and then link off into Platinum Gadget. Buster Drake searches for the White Dragon Head and then special summon that. And then get access very specifically to the B, not the Z-Zillion Tank, and then Union Controller. The B searches for the A, which does matter because A can recycle back the Z, and then you can go Z, summon, and then get back the Y from the Banished. So the order really does matter, by the way. And then, yeah, search your Union Hangar, which also matters. Search another A, and then Union Controller for the A, and then A is going to be equipping back the C, which also matters. You're going to see why. You're going to see why. Yeah, that was not on purpose. But yeah, link off, and this is the beautiful good old trick of trust me, bro, but done legit. So remember back in the days when people didn't necessarily have letters in their hand, and they were like, yeah, I'll go at Chainlink 1, Crush Wyvern, Chainlink 2, like Assault Core or Buster Drake. I got like no letters at I got like 1 letter in my hand, but like trust me, bro, I don't have to like show it, and they didn't actually have the letter. This time we do have another like legal letter, so we're not cheating, we're actually doing something legit. So we're going to be recycling back the Z-Zillion Tank and then summon it right away. This is only something that you can do if you have another legal target. Otherwise, the activation of Crush Wyvern would be not legal, right? But yeah, Z-Zillion Tank, get back the White Dragon Head, and then link off into Requiem, Requiem into Lacrima, and then Foolish the Engraver, of course. And then the White Dragon Head can summon itself, and get back usually the C or the B or the A even, and then summon that, and then overlay for Photon Dragon, and then that can search for Galaxy Soldier, and then link off for Silhouette Rabbit, Chilling 1, Chilling 2, so recycle back another letter. And yet again, we have all the discard fuel for Galaxy Soldier, so we're not even required to go into Bujinki Ahashima, which is really nice. So we can go double Galaxy Soldier, summon Nova Infinity, and then we can go Engraver Revive, make the sequence, summon the DS Ray, and of course, it's your boy ABC Dragon Buster on top of, you know, these two beautiful Omni Gates at the very end of all of this. So every single path again leads to Rome, but this combo was particularly nasty to execute. Okay, so speaking of complicated combos, this one is another mess. It's a really, really tricky one, but it's really just to prove how good this deck really is, especially when you really try to understand how it works. But if you have Galaxy Soldier with pretty much any light monster, and essentially any letter that isn't something like utter garbage, you can pretty much full combo. Like if it's Y or Z, or even Buster Drake, it's full combo. With, again, any light monster, it can even be Union Driver, which is a Garnet, by the way. It's not Attack at Tomborg. So drawing this card is unfortunate, but this combo, it still gets you there. However, of course, I will not be capping. This does not beat Nibiru, just because you have to use your Galaxy Soldier as an extent, well, I mean, as a way to push, and not as like an anti-Nibiru card. But yeah, this is the one and only combo where you actually go Union Controller on summon number 3, so it's the first step. It's not going to be Platinum Gadget this time, and that is going to be searching for your Union Hangar so that you can still get access to your engine that way. That's really cool, and that is going to be searching for Buster Drake, and then Union Controller effects, summon the Buster Drake, affect target, and then that is going to be equipping the Assault Core, and then link off into Moon, Chainlink 1 Buster Drake, Chainlink 2A, recycle back the Union Driver just so that it can be a discard fodder for your Galaxy Soldier, and then link off into Requiem effect, summon that Lacrima, and then Lacrima effect is going to be sending the Engraver, and then Engraver, revive back, and then go into Sequence Fuse for DS E-Ray, usually in column 2 or 4, so that, you know, if your opponent has, like, I mean, so that you can summon your monsters that are, like, usually afraid of Anima, and, like, summon number 1, column number 1, 3, and 5, because DS E-Ray equipped with the Sequence is untargetable anyways. The Galaxy Soldier, discard the Crush Wyvern, actually, in this situation, and then summon your Rabbit, and then that is going to be sending the Azaroon, and then summon your ABC Dragon Buster. So yeah, it's a really unfortunate combo, and it still ends on all of that, which is very impressive. And last but not least, this is a 2-card combo that can be 2 hand shops depending on how your opponent utilizes them. So we have Union Hangar as well as X-Cross Cannon, and we're trying to beat an Ogre as well as an Imperm. So let's see how this plays out. So we're going to be searching for the Buster Drake again, because this, if it gets Ogre, then at least we have like the superior letter on our field. And since we control a Light Machine Fusion or a Union monster, we get a special summon X-Cross Cannon from our hand. By the way, this monster is not a Union. It's really annoying, really, really frustrating, and this has an extremely powerful effect where you can equip any Light Machine Union monster from your deck to it as an equip spell. So usually your opponent would want to Imperm a card like that, otherwise you can still hard make the ABC Dragon Buster. It's not even going to affect you that much. If our opponent holds the Imperm for too long, it might not even work. But yeah, Platinum Gadget into White Dragon Head, and then get access to Buster Drake, and then Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. And from here on out, it's kind of like as if those 2 hand shops never even existed, because we're searching Unauthorized Reactivation. We have Zillion Tank in rotation with the White Dragon in your head that gets back the Buster Drake. It's pretty much the exact same as like combo number 3 or something, or 4, where it was like X-Cross Cannon through like an interruption, basically popping off. B searches A, we have Galaxy Soldier, Lacrima, and then send Engraver. And of course, this is where we're going to be going for our Bujinki Ashima play. So yeah, Galaxy Soldier, Chainlink 1, and then transform into a level 4, and then we have 2 level 4 monsters on the field, so we already know what's up. Again, like I said, I know this deck completely by heart. It's beautiful, and we also have this time the XYZ access. So this is ABC and XYZ, so it's going to be 6 interruptions yet again. And yeah, as soon as I use the Unauthorized Reactivation to get the final letter, which I believe is Crush Wyvern. Yeah, there we go. I didn't even check the graveyard. And then yeah, Rabbit into Azaroon, and then summon ABC and then XYZ, and also Infinity absorb that Ahashima, so they have more space to summon your monsters, because we have too much money, right? We have too many monsters on the field. So yeah, 6 interruptions through 2 hand shops with a 2-card combo. Absolutely gorgeous. I couldn't have asked for any better, right? Alrighty, so for the deck list, I'm gonna make this as simple as possible so that even if you have an IQ of like 30, you should still be able to understand. So we're playing 14 non-engine cards in a 40-card deck. Otherwise, this deck will be losing a lot of games going second, and I couldn't really afford that risk. So I'm playing 3 Ash, of course. It's a really good card against your opponent, and it's a good card for yourself because you're going to get the Molchami cards, and stuff like that. 3 Imperm, you can top deck it for turn. 3 Dominus Impulse, this is the better Veiler in this deck. Again, stuff like Dual Drive and stuff like that. And you can also kind of top deck it for turn. It's safe from Call by the Grave, Triple Tactic Talent, etc. So I do like the card, and also being locked under only Light, Wind, and what is it? Earth monster effects for the rest of the tool. That is completely fine because all of your monsters are light anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. You are not affected by the restriction. It's a really good card for sure. And 3 Forbidden Droplet, as well as 2 Ghost Ogre. Again, more cards that can be drawn for turn and actually fulfill a purpose. I think Forbidden Droplet is particularly good because sometimes you just want your letters in the graveyard, and that can really help you out. So yeah, 14 non-engine cards. And we play a decent amount of 1-card starters as well. So 10 real 1-card starters, 3 X-Cross Cannon, 4 Union Hangars because of the terraforming, and 3 Union Activation. So essentially this card, you can send your X-Head Cannon to the hand, from the hand or deck to the graveyard. So even if you draw it, you can at least send it with Union Activation, or like discard it off of Galaxy Soldier and stuff like that. And then you search for X-Cross Cannon, which is either your 1-card starter as a normal summon, or as an extender in case you have like a Union monster or a machine monster on the field. So yeah, very good card. And then 3 Unauthorized Reactivation, where in tandem with pretty much any letter that is full combo. Even the garbage letters like Z and Y, it can still full combo. Even with X-Head Cannon. So that really just speaks volume on how broken Unauthorized Reactivation really is. So yeah, technically we have like, what, 13 juice cards here, and even Galaxy Soldier is kind of like a card that gets you up to a push, so that's also really nice. And then yeah, 1Y, 1Z, 2A with 1B and 1C. I'm very open to like playing 2B and 2Cs, but I honestly don't think that you needed them for anything, because this deck has a very good grind game with the graveyard effect of XYZ Apper Dragon Cannon anyways. Even if you lose one of your letters, you still have like a second boss monster, and also the graveyard effect of this card is absolutely cracked because you can banish it and then reveal a level 8 Light Machine Fusion monster in your extra deck and special summon up to 3 materials whose names are mentioned on that monster from your grave and or banished. So yeah, you can get bestioled on like 1 letter and it's not the end of the world. But yeah, 2 Assault Core because the first one is involved in the combo, and the second one you want to keep as insurance policy so that when you get nibbed or something, your unauthorized reactivation can target your monster and then protect it from monster effects by getting the second Assault Core. And also Assault Core, when you're not playing a lot of letters, it really does matter because it gives you an infinite recursion game, and that does matter, especially considering the fact that you can recycle back real monsters like Y and Z. And then, of course, we play the other not really good monsters, so X-Head Cannon and Union Driver. Not really trying to draw those monsters, they kind of suck, especially Union Driver that is an actual Garnet, whereas X-Head Cannon is just Attack at Hamburg. And then Frontline Base, which is a not too bad card, it's a combo piece, but it's not, doesn't really do that much on its own. However, if you draw like Frontline Base and like 2 letters, you could actually go places. Like if you got like Buster Drake and anything, that is a combo because you can go into Platinum Gadget and then summon like whatever, and then you can play from there. And then 2 other bricks, so Lacrima and Engraver, they don't really do anything on their own, unfortunately. But yeah, 40 cards in the main deck. You can technically play more, and then you can play like more engine cards such as Foolish Barrel Goods with Rainbow Bridge of Salvation and like a Crystal Beast monster. That could also work really well. For the extra deck, triple ABC Dragon Buster, you can also cut the 3rd copy and then main deck the Azarun and the Rabbit, and then the XYZ Aber Dragon Cannon, Union Controller, Fiendsmith DS Ray, Sequence, Requiem, Moon of the Close Sky, as well as Platinum Gadget, Lina, so that you can beat Nibiru. This card really does matter. I don't know if you can necessarily do some great lines without this card. I will try to check, but this card I think is a necessity, at least right now. And then Bujin Kahashima, of course, this card is a super necessity, with of course Galaxy Photon Dragon, so that you can search your Galaxy Soldier, Cyber Dragon Nova, and Infinity, so that you can make an Omni Negate to check Nibiru. And then for cards that you could potentially play if you really want to, like Call by the Grave, the Rabbit, and Azarun, Black Oat Laughs with Foolish Barrel Goods and the Rainbow Bridge of Salvation package. You can play a bigger Fiendsmith engine so that you don't treat them as bricks, so Fiendsmith Tract, Luri, more copies of B and C, Effect Veiler if you really want to, Book of Eclipse, so more board breakers, and then Baguska, so that when you get hit by Droll or Shifter or something, Union Hangar is still a 1-card Baguska, which is very respectable, and it's also a great option through Molchimi Foros. And finally, Theron King Regulus with like set rotation and the Theron Field Spell. It's also very respectable. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.